For Ames, 6 foot senior, number 23, James Taves. For the Rams, 6 foot 2 senior, number 12, Cody Peterson. For the Lady Cyclones, 6 foot 2 junior, number 35, Jordan Gilmore. For the Rams, 6 foot junior, number 14, Nick Howard. For Ames, 6 foot 3 junior, number 33, Austin Arnott. For the Rams, 6 foot 1 sophomore, number 34, Nate Sneed. For the Little Cyclones, 6 foot 10 senior, number 55, Ross Marsden. For the Rams, 6 foot 4 senior, number 32, Corey Williams. For the Little Cyclones, 5 foot 11 senior, number 41, David Ritchie. For the Rams, 6 foot 2 senior, number 20, Corey.
Starters for, first off, the Southeast Polk Rams. Number 12, a senior, 6 foot 2 inch Cody Peterson. The 14, Nick Howell, he's a 6 foot junior. The 22 is Corey Hahn, he's a 6 foot 2 inch senior. Number 32 is Corey Beatty, he's a 6 foot 4 inch senior. Marsden jumping against Corey Peterson. The tip is up and it is controlled by Ames High. Jordan Gilmore in a little trouble handling the tip, but he gets it into the front court and calls out the plays. He gives it to Marsden right away, top of the key, off to Arnaud on the right side. Arnaud now puts the ball on the floor, pulls up for a 10-footer in the lane, off the backboard, no good, rebound tapped away and controlled by Southeast Polk. Southeast Polk into their offensive set now. Nate Sneed with the ball, gives it off to Corey Peterson on the right side. Took a fake at a 3, brings it back down, gives it back to Nick Howell. Howell now to Corey Hahn, who will run the point between the circles for Southeast Polk. He puts it on the floor, trying to get something inside, can't find it, now picks up, pulls up with a pass, gives it back up to the top of the key. Now on the left side driving is number 34, Nate Sneed, picks it up, and double dribble. Our first turnover of the ball game, gives it right back to inside. 7:18 to play in the first quarter, still no score here in the nightcap. Opening night for basketball in the state of Iowa on the boys' side. And the Ames High Little Cyclones looking to get their first win in the book against Southeast Polk. Is applying a little three-quarter court pressure. Now Ames does get it across the timeline to Mewey in the front court. Now back up top to Taves. Taves gives it back to Jordan Gilmore. Gilmore puts it on the floor, gives it back to Taves. Taves looking for Marsden, who comes up top of the key to get it. Nice pass being fronted. Austin Arnaud, nobody there, and he puts it in. First basket for Austin Arnaud. Give the assist to Ross Marsden, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Little Cyclones. 6:44 to go in the first quarter. Back into the front court now is Southeast Polk. Peterson with it, gives it back to Howell. Howell now to a driving Corey Hahn, picks it up, dishes it off on the inside. Now Corey Beatty, who lays it in. His first points, and we're all tied up at 2, 6.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Austin Arnaud has trouble with the cross-court pass, gives it back to Gilmore in the backcourt. Gilmore gives it into the front court now to Taves. Taves works with it on the right side, thought about a shot, now gives it inside to Marsden. He's triple teamed right away, leaves Austin Arnaud wide open from the elbow. Knocks down another jumper, and it's 4-2 in favor of Ames High. 2 Ames High baskets, both by Austin Arnaud, both assisted to Ross Marsden as the defense collapses upon the 6 foot 10 inch senior. Back into the front court attacking comes Southeast Polk. Shot off the mark by Peterson. Rebound taken away by Arnaud. Into the front court comes Gilmore. Gilmore right away to Marsden. Pass is denied. Back out top to Gilmore. His 3 on the way is good. First 3 of the night. That is for Jordan Gilmore, and it's 7-2 in favor of Ames. Right back comes Southeast Polk now. It is Peterson with it, skips it across to number 20, Corey Hahn. His 3 is good. Nothing but score for Corey Hahn on the corner. And quickly, it's a 7-5 ball game in favor of the Little Cyclones. Taves gives it out to Gilmore in the front court. Gilmore works near midcourt, now back to Taves on the right wing. Taves comes out to Arnaud, who flashes to the top of the key. Back to Gilmore, another 3 on the left wing. Too short. Marsden right there with the rebound, though, gets it right back out to Gilmore, who feeds it back into Marsden underneath. His first shot is up and good. Marsden. Nice little two-man game there between Gilmore and Marsden. Gives the Cyclones back the 4-point lead. Back into the front court, pass knocked away. And out of bounds.
Blake Sandquist and Patrick Hoover enter for Southeast Polk.
Sandquist in lineup for Southeast Polk, as is number 30, Patrick Hoberg. And they apply that floating three-quarter court zone once again. Looks like a little box in one zone, a little diamond in one almost in the midcourt.
Fouls on Nate Sneed, his first.
Nate Sneed picks up the foul as they try to advance it into the front court. His first on the team. 9-4, under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Jordan Gilmore will trigger the ball in from the sidelines for Ames High. He gives it to Mewey. Mewey now holds, gives it right back to Gilmore, who will run the point once again. He's being hounded up the top of the key by Corey Hahn, who slaps away a pass and knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay with Ames. Ames wearing their road orange jerseys tonight, orange uniforms, white lettering and numbers with black trim. The home whites for Southeast Polk with black numbers and gold trim. Mewey takes the inbounds pass in the backcourt, gives it back off to Jordan Gilmore. Gilmore with the left hand works it into the front court, picks up his dribble now, being hounded by some more tough defense by Hahn. He gets it to Ardon now, gets a good look at a baseline, drives it up and in, lays it in, and he is fouled. Shoot one. It's like the Southeast
His first. Arnaud is line to shoot
second
one.
on the Rams. Austin Arnaud will shoot one for the Little Cyclones. Already 6 points in the ball game for Austin Arnaud. And he knocks down the free throw to give him 7 of 12 for Ames High. Eric Bunker getting set to check in for the Little Cyclones as Southeast Polk moves into the front court. Sandquist with it, gives it off on the left side now to Hahn. Hahn driving into the corner, being pounded by Arnaud, gets it back in the middle to Hoberg. Hoberg puts up a pump fake, gets it back outside to Hahn, three-quarter, no good, rebound, fought forward, controlled by Marsden. And he got reached in on by Patrick Hoberg. That is getting his second.
Foul on Patrick Hoberg, his second.
Couple of substitutions in the Cyclone lineup. It'll be Nick Littweiler and Eric Bunker checking in.
Eric Bunker
and David Mewey, who both take a seat for Ames.
Nick Littweiler
Marsden
in for Ames.
Littweiler, Gilmore, and Tays on the floor for the Little Cyclones. Gilmore into the front court against that zone once again. Floats all the way into the backcourt near the opposite three-point circle. They now get it into the front court to Littweiler. Gives it back to Gilmore. Gilmore drives looking for something on the right side. Can't find it. Now pulls up for a three. No good. And the rebound to Southeast Polk. Cody Peterson goes down the board. On with it into the front court. Driving against Tays. Pulls up, kicks off right side. Three-pointer on the way from Josh Davis. Who hits his first shot of the night. It's a three, and it is now a 12-8 ball game in favor of Ames High, coming up on 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cyclones playing keep away in the backcourt. Now get it into the front court in the hands of Tays. Back to Gilmore. Back to Tays on the right wing. Ball outside the three-point arc. Gives it up to Marsden at the top of the key. He gives it back to Gilmore. Back to Tays. Moves off a screen. Comes up three-pointer. Too strong off the back of the iron. Right there for the rebound. There was Littweiler. He goes right back up in traffic and puts it in. Nick Littweiler, his first basket of the night. Turns it out to a 14-8 Ames lead. Right back comes Southeast Polk into their offensive set in the half-court game. Hahn has it on the left side. Now dribbles coming off a screen, gives it up to Blake Sandquist. To a three-pointer on the way. Peterson. He's got 3 points, and it's a 3-point ball game. Only 3 minutes to play there in the first quarter. Here comes Bunker, goes right to it, into the front court as he got the pass, took it right up and laid it in. Eric Bunker with his first basket of the night, and it's now a 16-11. Little Cyclone lead. Right back comes Southeast Polk with another three. That one is off the mark. And the rebound taken away by Jordan Gilmore. Looking up for something with Marsden, doesn't like what he sees, and now sets up the half-court offense for Ames High. Being hounded on the right side by Hahn. Now gives it up to Tays for top of the key. Thought about a long three-pointer, perhaps a shot pass, but gives it up. Now gets it back on the right side. Tays takes the three and knocks it down. His first bucket of the night. Brings it out to an 8-point lead for Ames. 19-11. They're up on 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Ames in their defensive set, going man right now on Southeast Polk. Cody Hahn puts it on the floor, tries to pull up against Bunker. His shot is an air ball. Rebound is pulled down by Blake Sandquist. Gets it back out to him. Three-pointer is way off the mark by Cody Peterson. And the rebound to Ames High once again. James Tays brings it into the front court. He gives it back to Jordan Gilmore. Jordan Gilmore calling the set. Also in a man defense is Southeast Polk to start off the game tonight. Marsden's pass back to Gilmore on the left wing. Gilmore puts it on the floor, now pulls up for a long jumper. That's going to be off the mark, and the rebound taken away by Peterson of Southeast Polk. Hahn pushes it into the front court for the home team. Drives on the floor, gets a pick now, tries to leave it off for the man who picked for him. That was Corey Beatty. He couldn't handle the pass and turns it right back over to the Little Cyclones. Back to Ross Marsden, comes right up in the middle. He was blocked, and they're going to call a jump ball. He tried to go up for 2 hands. 32 points.
Jake Wilson and Nick Howell.
Tied up. Southeast Polk crowd likes it.
Southeast Polk.
And it'll stay Rams ball. It'll go to the Rams, that is, on the alternating possession. Into the game now, number 4, Jake Wilson for Southeast Polk. Also number 34, Nate Sneed back into the ball game. Cody Peterson has it in the front court. Won't take long for a 3 here from Nick Howell. That is off the mark. Austin Arnaud was returned to the ball game for the Little Cyclones, pulls down the rebound. He is back into the ball game along with Ryan Cadis, making his first appearance of the night for Ames High. Arnaud has it now on the elbow, looking to put the ball on the floor, pulls up 12-footer in the lane, off the mark, rebound to Southeast Polk. Jake Wilson pushes it into the front court, gives it to Peterson. Now back to Wilson, swings it around on the left side. Howell has it. Howell with a pass to a cutting. Nate Sneed, who is all alone. Austin Arnaud came in late on the pump fake. He was faked out.
Basket by Nate Sneed.
Like Jordan Gilmore.
Foul on Ryan Cadis, his first.
Picking up his first foul in the arm. Nate Sneed will
Marsden returns for Ames.
As Hahn returns to the Southeast Polk lineup. Nate Sneed's free throw is good. And that cuts it back down to a 5-point ball game. 19-14, half minute to play in the first quarter. Looks like the Ames Little Cyclones will hold for 1 as Jordan Gilmore walks the ball across the timeline. Bunker now has it on the left side, gives it to Marsden, top of the key. Now over to Gilmore, again on the right wing, back to Bunker at the top. Bunker holding now as we come on 15 seconds to play in the first quarter. His pass gets away from Ryan Cadis, and it goes out of bounds, a turnover to Southeast Polk, who checks in Caleb Knipp, his first appearance of the ball game. He replaces Nick Howell.
Caleb Knipp enters for Southeast Polk.
In the first quarter, 19-14, Ames leads it. Wilson brings the ball up front, gives it back to Hahn. Hahn controls the offense for Southeast Polk as we go down one last shot. Hahn pulls up 15-footer at the buzzer, hits it. Tough shot by Corey Hahn, pulls up at the free throw line at the buzzer, knocks down the jumper. But after 1 quarter of play, it's 19-16. You're listening. From Southeast Polk, 19-16 is your score. Ames High leads it. I'm Dan Welk bringing you tonight's action at 1430 KASI. Subbing in for DJ Shaven tonight with the Little Cyclones and the ball in the offensive set. Setting up their half-court offense, trying to swing around for something in the middle. Now a swing skip pass goes across to Bunker. Bunker back up top to Gilmore. Gilmore puts the ball on the floor. Southeast Polk now in a zone against the Little Cyclones. They get it inside to Ross Marsden, who tried to dribble and drive. They say he was out of control. Marsden picks up his first foul of the night on a charge. It is the second team foul charge.
Foul on Ross Marsden, his first, team second.
James Tays now checks back into the ball game for Ames.
James Tays returns for Ames.
Bunker as Southeast Polk brings the ball up with the ball and trailing by 3. 7.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Hahn has it on the top of the key. Now gets it on the left side to Davis. Davis leaves it off for Sneed. Now back to Davis on the top side. Looking for something inside. Can't find what he likes there and leaves it back to Hahn, top of the key. Left wing now. Left wing now pass to, that was Corey Beatty, who picked up his foot. Check that. That was Caleb Knipp. Slid his foot there, traveled, and turns the ball over back to Ames. Ryan Cadis triggers the ball inbounds to Jordan Gilmore. Slowing things up as he brings it across the half-court line into the Little Cyclones front court set. Arnaud back to Gilmore. Gilmore's pass for Marsden is knocked away. He gets it, controls it, gives it back to Arnaud. Pulls up for a cut. Austin Arnaud making a living off those short jumpers in the lane tonight. He has got 9 points here in the early going. 21-16 is your score. Ames leads it over Southeast Polk. Under 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with it on the top of the key now is Knipp. Knipp gives it to Davis. Davis being pounded by Ryan Cadis. Pass almost knocked away and stolen, but it is recovered by number 22, Caleb Knipp. Hahn once again resetting the Southeast Polk offense from the top of the key, puts the ball on the floor, drives against Tays, who is picked, pulls up for a baseline jumper, no good. Cadis fights for the rebound but can't control it. It'll be taken away by Davis, who puts up a little baby hook and puts it in. Josh Davis has 5 points. Southeast Polk got a strong move underneath by the guard. Arnaud lob pass now inside for Marsden, puts it up in traffic, and he is fouled from behind. Arnaud pulled up top of the key, just floated in a nice lob pass for Ross Marsden, and
Foul on Josh Davis, his first, team
gets the
score.
ball, pulls it down, immediately
Marsden
trapped by
line,
the defenders
two.
for Southeast Polk. A layup. Marsden's first free throw is nothing but net. He has got
Patrick Hoover, Cody Peterson, Blake Sandwich, in for Southeast Polk.
3 substitutions for Southeast Polk. Number 30,
David Dewey,
Patrick Hoover.
for Ames.
Number 12, Cody Peterson, and number 40, Blake Sandquist. All check back into the ball game. David Newey back in for the Little Cyclones as Marsden's second free throw is off the mark. 22-18, 4-point lead coming up on 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Nice pass in traffic to Hoberg, who puts it up, but he got fouled. Looks like that foul's going to go to James Tays.
Foul on James Tays.
His first,
team third.
on the floor before he tried to put up the shot. And it'll be inbounds for Southeast Polk under their own basket. Hahn gets the pass back after the inbounds in the corner. Knocks down a three-pointer is Corey Hahn. That is his second 3 of the ball game. He's now got 8 points. Right back comes Mewey. His layup no good. Rebound to Marsden. His shot attempt put back up. No good, but he's fouled. He'll go back to the line once again. Foul's going to be charged on
Corey Hahn.
Corey Hahn, who just knocked down at a timeout on the floor right now. Just a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Marsden's first free throw up and good. And he now has 4 points in the ball game. Second free throw for Marsden, also true. 5 points now for Marsden, and it's back out to a 3-point lead for the Little Cyclones. 5:44 to go in the first half. Hahn gets it up into the front court, leaves it off 4. And was Hoberg. Hoberg gives it back now. He puts a nice move on Marsden, who recovers in time to block the shot and knock it out of bounds. A nice head fake there by Hoberg, that is. Put it on the floor. Marsden able to recover with that long wingspan and swat the ball out of bounds. Hahn triggers it back underneath his own basket, gives it up to Sandquist on the right side. Now back to Davis. Davis looking for some help, gets a 3-pointer on the way. Peterson, too strong off the back of the iron. Cadis right there for the rebound for Ames High. Austin Arnaud again gives it to James Tays, who brings it up and sets the offense. Cadis with the ball on the right wing, now gives it to Marsden, top of the key. Tays, left side, 3-pointer on the way. A long 3 by James Tays. His second of the night is good. And it's 27-21. Little Cyclones, 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Hahn now gives it up on the right wing to Sandquist. Sandquist gives it back to Peterson. Now back to Hahn, back to Peterson, driving on Mewey, pulls up, jumper, no good, rebound by Marsden. James Tays now brings the ball up for the Little Cyclones. He gives it off to Cadis, tries to run, and he got fouled looking for some penetration. It looks like that might be on Hoberg, and if that is, it's going to be his third.
Fouls on Josh Davis,
Foul
his
charge for
second.
Josh Davis.
Nick Powell and Nate Speed enter for Southeast
Tried
Polk.
to drive in. 5 Litwilder, and number
Gilmore
45
on
Brady
James.
Gilmore. They replace Austin Arnaud and Ryan Cadis. They both take a seat. 27-21 the ball game. 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. Inbounds pass, right to work goes Litwilder. He puts it up and in. He's got 4 and extends it right back out to an 8-point lead. Right back comes Southeast Polk now. 34, Nate Sneed with the ball on top of the key. He drives on the right side of the lane, pulls up, no good. Another rebound for it, Ross Marsden. And here come the Little Cyclones once again. Boy, Litwilder wanted the ball underneath the basket. Shot no good by Tays. Couple of putbacks, weren't able to fall either. And we got a jump ball on the rebound as Hoberg and Bunker. They'll shake that Litwilder.
Jump ball possession for Southeast Polk.
Southeast Polk will get the ball on.
Corey Beatty on for Southeast Polk.
Hoberg takes a seat now for Southeast Polk, as number 14, Nick Howell, checks back into the ball game. Also number 32, Corey Beatty, back into the Southeast Polk lineup. Southeast Polk showing a motion offense here in the first half against the man-to-man defense of Ames High. Driving into the lane, that was Sneed, puts up a shot, no good, but he was fouled by Ross Marsden. Marsden picks up his second foul here in the first half.
Fouls on Ross Marsden. His second.
Fourth team foul, make that for the Ames side.
Nate Sneed to shoot two.
Southeast Polk. Nate Sneed goes to the line. He will shoot a pair for the Rams. Sneed's first free throw, rattles home.
Also on
a 6-point ball game. Sneed's second free throw, up and no good. Austin Arnott skied for the rebound, but got up there just a little too early. He was up there again, had it stripped away, and Southeast Polk will retain possession. Three-pointer on the way from the corner. That was Nick Powell. He knocks it down, and all of a sudden back to a 4-point game. And back into that floating zone goes Southeast Polk. Austin Arnott gets it into the front court, hits bunker underneath. That is Litweiler, check that. Now back up top, it is Jordan Gilmore controlling the ball for the Little Cyclones. Gilmore setting things up in the half court, calls the play, gives it off to Mewey on the right wing. Mewey looking for Litweiler inside, tries to spin and put it up, and lost the ball, walked with it first, and the turnover will send it back to Southeast Polk. Too many steps as he tried the spin move there, did Litweiler, and turns it over. Blake Sandquist bringing up the ball, running the point now for Southeast Polk. Now gives it up to Hahn on the left wing. Hahn, a nice try to pass it back to Litweiler, who's in the back door, but the pass was knocked out of bounds, and trying to fight for that loose ball. David Mewey got no ball and got all of the back of Blake Sandquist. His first foul, as he hit him hard as they were going out of bounds for that loose ball. Hahn will trigger the ball in underneath for Southeast Polk. 3:06 to go in the first half. Hahn gives it way into the backcourt. May not be able to track it down. Now finally does. Nick Howell track it down way back in the backcourt. He gives it back to Blake Sandquist. Sandquist working against Mewey. Back to Hahn on the left wing. He's being guarded by Jordan Gilmore. Top of the key now to Howell. Howell looking for the cutter. Can't find it. Then gives it up to Sneed on the top of the key. Sneed dribbling against Litweiler. Now leaves it back off for Corey Hahn. Hahn puts a move on Gilmore trying to get free. Now leaves it off for Blake Sandquist on the left side. Now back to Howell, top of the key. Taking their time on this possession. The Southeast Polk looking for something inside. They find it with Hahn. He tries baseline, leaves it off on a shot for Corey Beatty. The shot is up and good, and it's a 2-point ball game. 27-29. Little Cyclones lead it. 2:20 to go here in the first half. Gilmore gives it to Taze. Taze holds now looking for something inside to Arnott. Arnott now flashes up, tries to cut back to the basket, not there, and he gives it back to Gilmore. Gilmore leaves it back to Taze. Now Arnott finds it in the lane, now puts the ball on the floor, going to work against Sneed, I believe that was, and hit him hard as Sneed goes to the floor, comes up bleeding, and we got a charging foul on Austin Arnott as he dropped an elbow in there and hit Sneed right above his left eye. They're going to need a cut man in their corner to repair that one. Austin Arnott with the bird shot. Have it to take the length of the floor with 2 minutes, 3 seconds remaining here in the first half. It is 29-27 in favor of Ames High. That is Sandquist with the ball working against Mewey. Now off to the left side, Peterson. Peterson gives it back to Davis. Inside picking up the defensive intensity man-to-man. Coming out of that timeout. And we got another turnover as the pass into the ball game. He replaces Litweiler. Austin Arnott probably not going to be a crowd favorite of these Southeast Polk students now. After drawing blood from Nate Sneed here in the first half of this ball game. Arnott gets the ball, puts it on the floor. Athletic move, and he is fouled. Shot no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Foul goes to number 10, Josh Davis. That is his third personal pair, 7th team foul on Southeast Polk. 16 fouls for the Little Cyclones. Both teams will be in the bonus for the last 97 seconds of the first half. Arnott's first free throw is up and good. And the second is as well. 31-27, a 4-point game. As number 14, Nick Howell, checks back into the ball game for Southeast Polk. Hahn gets it inbounds to Sandquist. Sandquist brings the ball across the timeline, being hounded by Mewey. Leaves it off for Howell. Howell now looking for some help. Gives it back to Sandquist on the right wing. All alone underneath is Hahn. Coming off a nice move. He can't find the layup, and the rebound controlled by Jordan Gilmore of the Little Cyclones. Into the front court goes Jordan Gilmore. Gives it off to Tays on the right wing. Tays looking for some motion as we come upon a minute left in the first half. Now it is Jordan Gilmore with the ball between the circles. Looking to call out a play. 31-27, 1 minute to go in the first half. Hayes with the ball on the floor, tries to give it up for Austin Arnott. His pass is taken away by Southeast Polk. And here come the Rams back in transition. On with it, now pulls up and moves things in the half-court set. 412, Cody Peterson. Peterson back to Hahn, top of the key on the right wing, now to Samquist. Back to Hahn, with it between his legs, and they let things maybe set up here for a final shot of this first half. We come on 35 seconds to play in the second quarter. Hahn in no hurry, backing the ball back out, waiting for some ups coming out, calls the plays. We head to 25 seconds in the first half. Now Sandquist has it on the left wing. Gives it back to Howell in the top of the key. Howell back to Hahn on the right side. It's open in the middle, but they weren't looking for that shot yet as we come up on 10 seconds to go in the first half. Now Howell has it. And a little keep away, holding for one last shot here in the first half. Hahn with a nice look-off pass to Beatty, who drives in the lane, lays it in. Inside gets it back. Arnott with a half quarter as the first half expires. It is no good. Corey Beatty cuts it back to a 2-point game, and we are at halftime. We're back at 4 on the inside of the Cyclones boys basket. He's going to go back into the ball game for Southeast Polk. He took a hard shot from Austin Arnott's elbow late in the first half and had to go to the locker room and get a cut patched up over his left eye. Looks like that's doing okay now. They got him back together.
Second half, but
Cyclones Tays will trigger the ball inbounds. And we are underway in the second half. He gives it off to Jordan Gilmore. Gilmore brings it into the front court against that was Hahn. He leaves it off to Marsden, who gets it to Tays. He's got a wide open three-pointer on the left side. And it is 34-29 now in favor of Ames. Back in the front court. Sneed has it for Southeast Polk. Gives it up to Hahn on the left wing. Looking for room to dribble now. Pulls up on the baseline. Knocks down. Corey Hahn able to score for Southeast Polk. He's now in double figures. He's got 10 for the Rams. Into the front court comes Newey. Gives it up to Arnott. A lob pass in for Marsden. Puts it on one dribble. Pump fake. Up and good for Ross Marsden. Using that height advantage. Puts in his 7 points of the night. He's back out to a 5-point lead. 46-31 in favor of Ames. Right back comes Corey Hahn with a three. Rattles around. No good. Another rebound for Ross Marsden. Marsden a big advantage on the glass tonight when he's been out there. Had to sit out a few minutes for foul trouble. James Tays is feeling it tonight. Three-point land has just knocked down his 4th three of the ball game. 2 early here in the second half. And it's right back out to an 8-point advantage for Ames High. Here's Sneed with the ball on the floor, working once again against Arnott. He gives it back up top to Howell. Now back to Sneed. Tries a three and knocks down a three-quarter of his own. Sneed is coming out shooting hot here in the second half. Gilmore into the front court from Ewing. Ewing looking for something inside. Now finds Arnott at the elbow. Arnott tries to pass inside. The ball has been knocked away and controlled by Hahn. Hahn has his pocket picked by Mewey, but he can't come up with it as it goes out of bounds. Nice diving effort there by David Mewey as the ball goes out of bounds. We got our first
Josh Davis in for the Rams.
Josh Davis in the Rams lineup. He replaces Nick Howell. He takes a seat. 39-34. 6 minutes, 22 seconds to go here in the third quarter. On with it, way outside of the top of the key. Now gives it off to Peterson. Peterson with it on the left side to Davis. Davis tries an interior pass, swatted away by Marsden. Using that long wingspan, smacks the pass out of bounds. It was intended for cutting Hahn on the inside. Sneed will trigger it out of bounds for the Rams. On with it, working against Mewey. Puts the ball on the floor, tries another baseline, gets it off to Sneed. Sneed working against Arnott again, puts it up, no good. Rebound tapped around and taken away once again by Marsden. Gilmore now pushes it into the front court, looking for Marsden. Gets it inside on a bounce pass. Ross goes up, splits the double team, lays it in. For Marsden, he's now got 9 points in the ball game, and it's a 7-point Little Cyclone lead under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Right back comes Southeast Polk with Hahn pulling up for it. Knocks it down. He's got a dozen. It's back to a 5-point lead, but here comes Ames again. Ross Marsden moving away on the break, gets the feed, puts the shot up, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. First foul of the second half.
Peterson is first.
Peterson.
Ross Marsden.
Marsden lines up his first free throw. It's good. Making a living on the line tonight. Marsden now takes a look at his second free throw. It is no good, rims out. Hoburg comes right into the game, grabs the rebound. Back comes Hahn with it now for Southeast Polk. He gives it off on the right side for Davis. Davis back to Howell, top of the key. Now over to Sneed on the left side. Peterson now has it on the top of the key, looking for some help. He gets it then from Davis. Davis to Sneed. Back to Hahn on the top of the key. A little shot fake, then put it on the floor, then left it off for Davis, who got it to Hoburg, who traveled with it, and turns the ball back over to the Little Cyclones. Marsden gets it in now to Gilmore. Gilmore looking to push it, now holds up as the pass to Tays was not there. Now bringing it across the timeline is Gilmore, gives it to Arnaud. Arnaud throws it to no one in particular. Marsden was cutting. Arnaud wasn't looking for it and threw the ball away. It goes back to Southeast Polk. Sandquist checks back into the ball game now for the Rams. He replaces Cody Peterson, who takes a seat with 4:57 to go here in the third quarter. 42-36 your score. Ames leads it by 6. Hahn into the front court now, leaves it for Sandquist. He calls the plays when he's on the floor. He's being guarded by Tays. Picks up his dribble now a long ways to the basket. Tays pressures down, gives it off to Hahn for a 3. Air ball. And the rebound caught by Austin Arnaud. He tried to swipe at David Huey into the front court. Did Hahn, leaves it off to Gilmore. Gilmore's 3 is good. Jordan Gilmore. He's got 6 points on the night. Now comes Hahn, breaking down the dribble on Huey. Tries to pull up with a shot, now does, and runs it in. Nice little baseline jumper there by Hahn. Hahn puts the one-man pressure on Gilmore now as he gets it off to Austin Arnaud. Into the front court is Mewey. Mewey had a look at Ross Marsden there, but was a little too late. And Ames resets their offense. Gilmore gives it off to Tays. Tays on the right side now to Marsden as he flashes up, hits it inside to Arnaud. He's collapsed upon him immediately, gives it back up to Gilmore. Gilmore has it taken away and knocked away. Loose ball, body's flying, and Sneed comes up with it, and he is fouled by Arnaud.
Foul on Austin Arnaud.
As Hoburg knocked the ball away from Tays on the left side. On Southeast Polk, he was then fouled by Arnaud. Litweiler
And Ryan Tays on for
return to the
Ames.
lineup for the Little Cyclones. Sandquist bringing the ball up against Tays. Tays applying the pressure. He now gives it off to Jake Wilson, who's checked back into the game. Wilson gives it to Davis. Davis back to Sneed. Sneed to Hoburg in the lane. Scores up against Marsden. Thinks better of that. Kicks it back out up top to Sneed. Now Sandquist holds the ball, resets things. 45-38 the score. Ames leading by 7. Sneed with a move on the baseline. Strong move. Gets it over Marsden, but the shot is no good. And rebound taken away by Ryan Cadis. Jordan Gilmore with the ball. No-look pass. Tried to force it inside on the no-look to Nate Litweiler, but Corey Hahn saw it coming and took it away. Sneed has the ball now into the front court. Nice move with the left hand. What a move by Nate Sneed. He lays it in. He now has 9 points, and it's back to a 5-point ball game. 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Ames now bringing it up against it. Looks like a man-to-man, but Southeast Polk is in once again. Gilmore has it on the left wing. Now to Cadis. Comes off a screen. Long jumper, no good. Rebound taken away by Hoburg. Ryan Cadis got a good look at about a 22-footer. Took that about an 18-footer coming off a screen. Couldn't hit it. And the rebound goes to Southeast Polk. 45-40 is your score. 2.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Sneed with the ball top of the key for Southeast Polk. Looking for some help now, gives it to Sandquist. Sandquist back to Wilson. Wilson has his pass knocked away by Cadis. Tays goes to the floor after it. The ball still loose, rolling into the backcourt. We'll see where it goes. It'll stay with Southeast Polk.
Corey Hahn, Nick Powell, and Cody Peterson in for Southeast Polk. Austin Arnaud on for Ames.
To give him a rest. Also, we have Eric Bunker checking back into the ball game for the Little Cyclones. He will replace Jordan Gilmore. Gilmore takes a seat with 6 points. He's knocked down a pair of threes. Bunker comes back into the game. He's got 2 so far in the ball game. Austin Arnaud still leading the way with 11 points for the Little Cyclones. Now Hahn has it on the left side, tries to drive the lane, puts a spin move on Cadis, pump fakes, nothing there. Gives it back up to Howell, top of the key. Howell back to Sandquist for Southeast Polk. Sandquist back to Howell. Gets Hahn coming off a screen. Hahn puts it on the floor, drives a nice dish off in the lane to Hoburg, puts it up, but he was fouled. They go to the line to shoot 2.
Fouled on Jaden Tays.
Tays
His
The
second.
second
Patrick Hooper
foul
line
of the half
shoot 2.
on the Northeast Polk. Hoberg's first free throw, that is up and good. Down to a 4-point lead. Next shot by Hoberg, too strong off the back of the iron. Austin Arnaud skies for the rebound, has it, knocks away, but does control it. Taves with the ball, dribbles it into the front court for Ames High. The ball and a 4-point lead. A minute 44 to play in the third quarter. Taves gets it back on the left side. Now to Cadis off a screen, thought about a 3, now puts it on the floor. He gives it back off to Litweiler. Litweiler puts up a wild shot from the elbow. It's off the mark, and the rebound is taken away by Southeast Polk. Hoberg down ahead of the pack, wanted the ball. Teammates didn't see him, and now they set up their half-court offense. Now they get it to Hoberg. Puts a nice move on Litweiler. And lays it in. 3 points in the ballgame now for Patrick Hoberg. He went right to work on Litweiler and put that ball up and in. And Cadis now gets it off the Bunker on the top of the key. Bunker to Arnaud, left side, 3-pointer for Arnaud. Too strong, rebound, taken away once again. Another rebound for Cody Peterson from Southeast Polk. Boy, Hoberg getting down the floor in a hurry, wants the ball again. They can't find him. They set up their half-court offense once again. Pass rattles around off the hands of Nick Howell. He now corrals it and gives it back off to Hahn. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. 43-45, a 2-point ball game as a 3-pointer comes on the way, too long by Peterson. Rebound to Litweiler of the Little Cyclones. Taves into the front court, gives it for Cadis. Into the corner now, Bunker has it. Brings it back up. Drives the baseline now, comes into a double team, and he gets bailed out by a foul. Eric Bunker dribbling himself into the double team on the baseline, but he was fouled by Nick Howell.
His first.
Howell's first.
Ross Marsden on for Ames.
Foul.
Corey Beatty for Rams.
Marsden returns to the game. He gives Litweiler
Also
a seat.
Josh Davis.
Josh Davis returns to
Southeast Polk.
Southeast Polk. Corey Hahn will take a seat with the final 30 seconds of this third quarter. 31 ticks to go in the third quarter. 43-45. Ames with the ball and the lead. Bunker looking for something on the inside. Couldn't hit Cadis, who flashed free on the inbounds pass, and the pass was taken away by Nick Howell. Southeast Polk will hold for one shot. Coming up on 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Howell has it on top. Comes off a screen to Davis. Davis now back to Peterson. Fake the 3, drives in. Now gives it up to, not sure who that was Beatty who took the shot. No good. Into the front court comes Austin Arnaud with the ball. 5 seconds left. Ames with the ball. Arnaud spins, forces a wild shot, bounces off the backboard. No good. Marsden could not get the tap. He was undercut off the tip. And as the third quarter comes to a close, it's 43-45. Ames High leads it by 1. That foul, get this sorted out here, that foul charge to Blake Sandquist.
That's the end of the third quarter.
Not have any free throws, We are back underway in the fourth quarter now. The Ames High Little Cyclones lead it by 2, 43-45. In the action, the last quarter of play, a nip and tuck game all throughout. Ames led it by 2 at the break. They're up 2 again to start the fourth quarter. Into the front court now is Peterson for Southeast Polk. He got double teamed and needed some help. Gave it back to Sandquist. Sandquist now to Hahn. Over on the offense. And gives it off to Peterson on the screen. Couldn't find the shot. Back to Hahn. Back to Sandquist now. Over to Sneed on the left, right wing. Still being guarded by Austin Arnaud. He gave him a bloody eyebrow earlier in this ball game. Sneed gets it back, working against Arnaud on the baseline. Now leaves it off for Peterson. 3-pointer all the way to Peterson. Got it. And gives Southeast Polk back to 1-point lead. 46-45. Rams lead it. 7 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the ballgame. Cadis gives it off to Marsden, top of the key. Taves, left side, 3-pointer. He is red hot from outside the arc. James Taves, 5 threes on the night. He's got 15 points and gives the Little Cyclones back to 2-point lead, 48-46. Into the front court goes Hahn. Sneed fakes the 3, now puts it on the floor, driving against Arnaud, who ties him up. Ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll go back to the Little Cyclones. No, it'll stay with Southeast Polk. The official from the sideline came in, overruled. The ball will stay with the Rams. Austin Arnaud and Sneed got tangled up in there. Crowd wanted a foul. He knocked it away. It was last touched by Arnaud. Right back to work goes Sneed on the inbounds pass. His foul. He was through a lot of contact. Crowd wanted a foul again. His shot no good. And Taves comes into the front court, gets his pocket picked by Peterson. As Arnaud flies in, tries to make the strip, but can't get it. The foul. The shot is good. Foul throw coming, can untie the knot. This free throw no good, rebound, Tays is fought for, and he was reached in and fouled by Beatty. Beatty and Hayes. Beatty and Tays, that is, we're fighting for that loose ball. James Tays comes up with it for the Cyclones. Beatty's foul is his first, the team's fourth, his 3 team fouls for Ames High. Tays now has it in the backcourt. 6.5 minutes to play in regulation, all tied up at 48. Tays gives it to Mui on the right wing. Mui looking for some movement. Now finds Arnaud coming out. Lob pass inside to Marsden, who was fouled immediately as Hahn came in to help. He got a slap on Marsden's hand. And Ames High will keep the ball over their own basket. Tied up at 8. Jordan Gilmore checks back into the ball.
Josh Davis and Patrick Hover re-enter for Southeast Polk.
For the Rams.
Jordan Gilmore on range.
His own basket. 6:21 remaining. 48-48 is your score on the opening night of boys basketball here in the state of Iowa. And looks like we may have some blood again. Lob pass into Marsden off the inbounds. He tries to pump fake, can't find it. Now gives it off to Austin Arnaud. His shot is no good. Rebound fought for and controlled by Nick Howell as James Tays went flying over his back out of bounds as they were scrapping for the rebound. Going to be a dogfight to the end of this ball game here tonight. 6 minutes to go. 48-48 is your score. Cody Peterson with the ball for Southeast Polk. Now to Davis. Davis gets help from Howell. Howell back to Peterson, back to Davis. Davis hits the cutting Howell wide open on the baseline. His shot is short, and the rebound by Mui. Here comes Jordan Gilmore into the front court for Ames High. Looks like they're setting up the offense. Might try to get him something inside to Ross Marsden here. As we head down the stretch, Marsden tries to cut back to the basket, can't get open. He is wearing Patrick Hoberg right now. As Jordan Gilmore has the ball on the left side, gives it up to Mui. Mui puts on a shot fake, now back to Gilmore. And Vance Downs wants a timeout. It'll be a minute, we'll take it with them. 48-48 your score. You're listening to Ames High basketball. Final 5.5 minutes of regulation here at Southeast Polk. I am Dan Welk bringing you tonight's action. 1430 KASI. 48-48 is your score. Coming up on 5.25 to go in the ball game. Jordan Gilmore gets it into the side. Tays has been red hot from three-point land. He misses that one. We got a foul coming. And the question will be how many free throws. No, that is going to be away from the ball.
Foul on Patrick Hoberg.
That foul charge to Patrick Hoberg. That is his third. James Tays was knocked to the ground after he took the three, but the foul is away from the ball. It is on Hoberg. Underneath the basket, got into some grabbing with Ross Marsden, it looks like. That is his third foul, 5th on the team, so just one more foul to give for Southeast Polk. Check that, the scoreboard has been amended now to show just 4 fouls, so both teams with 2 to give here in the ball game. Beatty checks back into the ball game, replaces Hoberg, who sits down with those 3 fouls. Now Vance Downs talking to the officials. He wants to see 5 fouls put back up on that scoreboard. 5 team fouls, but it also shows number 6 picked up his first foul on board. That has now changed now to 6 team fouls. Everyone's happy with. And so no fouls to give for Southeast Polk. 6-3. Apparently they've been giving team fouls on the board to Ames. That was Southeast Polk fouls. So the team fouls stand in for 6-3 right now. Ames High in the bonus the rest of this game. 5 minutes to go in regulation. All tied up at 48. Now that we've got that sorted out. David Mui has the ball for the Little Cyclones. Gets it back to Jordan Gilmore, top of the key. Now to Tays on the right wing. Marsden wants the ball inside, working against the zone of Southeast Polk. Perhaps a box and one on Austin Arnaud. Ames in no hurry. Gilmore with the ball back on the right side now. Gives it back to Tays. Tays gives it to Mui in the corner. Now finds Marsden in the middle. Marsden puts up a tough shot on the baseline. Rattles around, no good. Marsden follows with his own rebound, no good. There's Austin Arnaud. He puts it back for a rebound of his own. He's got 13 points. It breaks the tie. 50-48 now. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Austin Arnaud came in skying for the offensive rebound and put it back off the glass. And we got an offensive foul away from the ball. It's going to send it right back to the Little Cyclones. B.J. Windhorst not happy with that call for Southeast Polk. Corey Beatty picks up his second foul for the Little Cyclones, and that is the 7th. Check that for Southeast Polk, and that is the 7th team foul on the Rams. We're going to go 1-1 now. We have a timeout on the floor. It'll be a 1-minute timeout for Southeast Polk. James Tays at the line shooting 1 and 1 for the Little Cyclones. 4:21 to go. 50-48 is your score. Tays first free throw up and good.
James Tays is shooting 1
Back to a
and 1.
3-point lead now for Ames after the free throw by Tays. Tays earns his second. He takes a look at that one. Second free throw up and it is good as well. Back out to a 2-possession ball game. 52-48. 4:21 to go in regulation. Mewey guards Hahn in the front court. Hahn puts the dribble on. Now works through Davis, who gets free. Davis has Gilmore all over him, gets it back up to Sneed. Sneed now to Hahn once again. Back to Davis, top of the key. Sneed tried to get loose, Hahn couldn't find him. Now back to Peterson for a 3, got it! Cody Peterson has hit a couple of big 3-pointers tonight. He now has 11 points in the ball game. It is back to a 1-point game under 4 minutes to go. Tays with the ball, gives it to Marsden. Arnaud wanted it on the inside. Now it's Gilmore, left side, a 3-pointer of his own for Jordan Gilmore. His third 3-pointer of the night extends it back out to a 4-point lead for the Little Cyclones. Peterson with it on the left side, trying to feed it inside to Beatty. Can't get it to him. Now to Davis, now to Sneed, top of the key. Almost taken away by Mewey, but Hahn able to recover. And they reset things with Sneed at the top of the key. Sneed now dribbles, working against Marsden in the lane, puts it up and in. Strong move by Nate Sneed against Ross Marsden. So he cut it back down to a 2-point ball game. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to play in the first game of the season. And a pass, an interior feed, a lob pass from Austin Arnaud, taken away now by Beatty. He tried to lob it in there for Marsden, and Beatty got to it first. And with 3 minutes to play, Southeast Polk has the ball, trailing by 2. Peterson, a wide open look at another 3 off the screen, too strong off the back of the iron. Mewey pulls down the rebound, and Ames keeps possession. Jordan Gilmore now slowing things down as he brings it into the front court. Gives it to Mewey on the right wing. Arnaud trying to fight off a screen, but he can't get it to him. Marsden, top of the key, has the ball to Gilmore. Now Gilmore gives it back to Mewey. Mewey gives it back to Tays. Now to Gilmore on the left wing, being guarded by Hahn. Tried to get it inside to Marsden, couldn't find it, now gets to Arnaud. Tays gets another good look at a 3 on the right side and hits another one. The 6th 3-pointer of the night for James Tays. And it's a 5-point lead, 58-53. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to play in the ball game. What a night shooting the basketball for James Tays outside the arc. Right back comes Sneed. He puts one up, no good. He's fouled. He's going to go to the line. Looks like they got Arnaud again. That is his 4th. What I said, Arnaud, the 4th team foul of the half on Ames. Sneed's first shot is no good off the back of the rim. And Vance Downs wants a timeout. Polk now as we return. Ames side Little Cyclone basketball right here on 1430 KASI. His second free throw after the timeout is an air ball. Little Cyclones get the ball back under the Southeast Polk basket as they apply a full court press. 58-53 your score. Ames leads it, 2:06 to go in the ball game. Now James Tays has to take a timeout as he couldn't get it past the pressure. Not near the pressure this time actually on the inbounds pass as Jordan Gilmore able to get the ball inbounds. Now they pick him up in that floating zone again. He gets it across the timeline to Mewey. Mewey finds Tays on the left side. Took a look at a 3, now gives it back to Gilmore. Gilmore back to Tays out on that Rams emblem. About 25 feet out. He gives it back to Marsden. Marsden to Gilmore on the right wing. Looking for Tays to get loose on the left side. He puts the ball on the floor. Gives it back to Mewey. Mewey back to Gilmore. Gilmore looking with it on the right wing. 1:40 to go now in the ball game. Almost has it knocked away. Recovers. Pass underneath to Marsden. He couldn't handle it. And they say last touch by Ross Marsden. The official had to think about it for a minute. And they got the call. And the ball will go back to Southeast Polk. 1 minute, 36 seconds to play in the ball game. Southeast Polk with the ball. They trail by 5. Hahn brings it into the front court. He's being guarded by Mewey. Gets to Peterson. He's hit some 3s tonight. That one is no good. And on the rebound, we have a foul. Looks like that's on Beatty of Southeast Polk. That is Beatty's 3rd. That is the 8th team foul for the Rams. And we'll walk down. And it looks like Jordan Gilmore at the line for the Little Cyclones, trying to extend past his 5-point lead. 1 minute, 24 seconds to go in the ball game. Gilmore's first free throw up and no good. Rebound by Hahn. Hahn pushes the ball up now into the front court. Puts the ball, drives the lane, kicks off Peterson, passes up the three, gives it to Sneed. Also passes up a look, drives the lane, and we're going to have an offensive foul. Nate Sneed got a little out of control, taking it in the lane. Ross Marsden stood his ground and picked up the charge. The foul to Sneed is his second, the 9th team foul. We won't shoot free throws on the charging foul, but the next time the Little Cyclones go to the line, they will shoot two. Almost looked like Southeast Polk trying to foul now, but Ames able to get it ahead to the front court. Ross Marsden took it up 2 steps and throws it down to extend it out to a 60-53 lead. Southeast Polk was going for the foul and couldn't foul anybody, and Ames able to work the ball ahead and get it to Ross Marsden for the big throwdown. Right back came Corey Hahn of Southeast Polk, who waited a shot of his own. One now, Muley pulls it up, and he is fouled right away as he gave up the ball to Gilmore. That foul will be charged to Cody Peterson.
Fouls on Cody Peterson.
Muley will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. He has not scored yet in tonight's ball game, looking for his first point.
Muley to the line to shoot 2.
Only 5 seconds off the clock in that possession for the Little Cyclones. Muley's first free throw, no good. Still a 5-point lead, 53 seconds to go in regulation. Muley's second free throw up and good. He's got 1 point on the night now. And Southeast Polk brings the ball in. Less than a minute to play, down 6. Hahn trying to push something ahead. Pulls up for the shot now, puts it up, blocked out of bounds by Ross Marsden. Swatted the shot away. And Southeast Polk will keep the ball under their own basket. 61-55 your score. 45 seconds to go in the ball game. Gets it in the lane on the inbounds pass to Sneed. Wide open, couldn't hit the shot. Ross Marsden pulls down the rebound. He gets it to Arnaud now, coming up on 35 seconds to go in the ball game. Gilmore gets it in the front court, and he is hacked hard. Looks like Hahn will pick up the foul. Nope, check that. They will call the foul on Josh Davis. That'll be his 4th. But Jordan Gilmore will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Try to extend this Little Cyclone lead now 61-55 with 33 seconds left. Gilmore's first free throw rattles home.
Jordan Gilmore to the line to shoot 2.
10 points now for Jordan Gilmore. And trying to extend out to an 8-point lead, and he hits again. 63-55, 33 seconds left to go. Hahn into the front court for Southeast Polk, working against Muley, picks up on a jump stop and drops in another shot. Corey Hahn having a big night for Southeast Polk. Arnaud with the ball, and he is wrapped up by Hahn as he tried to push the ball ahead. We'll come down and shoot 2 more.
Foul on Corey Hahn, his
63-57. As the Little Cyclones clear off the free throw line now. They're out of the lane for Arnaud's first free throw, which is up and good. 64-57, now your score, a 7-point advantage for the Little Cyclones. Just 21 seconds left in the ball game. Second free throw rattles in for Arnaud. And Southeast Polk brings it ahead. Under 20 seconds to go. Hahn pulls up for a long 3-pointer, rattles out. Austin Arnaud with the rebound. He controls it now as we head toward 10 seconds to go in the ball game. Gives it up ahead to Muley. Muley all alone for a layup, lays it in. With under 10 seconds to go, back out to a 10-point lead. That's going to do it for this ball game. Final score after the 3-pointer at the buzzer by Peterson is no good. 67-57 is your final score. The Ames High Little Cyclones get win number 1 on the season. We'll be right back to wrap things up. I'm Dan Welk. You're listening to Ames High Little Cyclone basketball right here on 1430 KASI.
Drive home safely.